What a performance, what a scoreline, and what a first goal as well, which seemed to work perfectly.
Hey everyone, let's go to another Manchester United clip. A great 2-0 victory for Manchester United. So now let's check out the reactions from the sports media who are delighted with United's football. They played really well. Before we get to the reactions, don't forget to leave a like and drop a comment telling us who you think was the best player in this great match. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
What a performance, what a scoreline, and what a first goal as well, which seemed to work perfectly. Did it always feel, Roy, that United's best chance was going to be in transition?
Yeah, possibly so. We saw it in the goal. Man City's set play delivery was poor all day, and again, they're stretched, they're all over the place, as if they're chasing the game, and there's no need. And if you want one player in the world to be in this position, it's Bruno. It's Bruno. He's got to make the right decision, the right pace of pass. He's obviously got options either side, but from City's point of view, all over the place, but lovely bit of trickery here. And we've got runners and you've got options, but you still got to pick the right one. And Bruno is the man for that. The way, the pass, the finish. We knew it'd have to be a good finish to beat this goalkeeper. Fantastic goal from United, poor from City, but brilliant, effective, attacking football from United.
And what a finish, Daniel, as well. Does the pass actually make up Mbeumo's mind for him as to what he has to do?
Not necessarily, no. It was a fantastic weight of pass, but the direction, how clinical he was, it was a beautiful finish from him. And to be honest with you, the way he did the touch on the edge of the box is what makes it. But then to have the drive and the willingness, the running power, the speed to be able to even get yourself into that position, have to give him the wealth of credit for that.
Coaching staff enjoyed it as well. But let's have a look at the second goal, Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, the ability from Cunha here. I want to talk about the tenacity of Dorgu. I want this ball. This ball's for me. And that's what the defender should be thinking. But I mentioned it before, this angle in between these two defenders on this right side could be an area that could be exposed, and we've seen it here. They're facing the wrong way, of course, but as the winger, you're always taught, make sure you're attacking that ball, get in front of you.
That from Dorgu, what a finish from him, to the delight of Carrick. His second of the season. He's been chipping in with assists as well recently as well. What a moment for Michael Carrick to enjoy. But we can just, I'm just staring at this like expression of stone opposite me here.
I'm disappointed with the amount of chances they conceded. I mean, in a derby, you've got to give 100%. And if the team's playing better than him, Man United probably deserve to win. But if you look at Rico Lewis's position here, and yes, he goes and plays in that midfield area, but you've got to stop the counter-attack. How was Man United going to score today? There was on that counter-attack. And from that free kick, you've got to think about the second phase. And here we talk about body language and body positions. And he does really well. He knows exactly where Dorgu is. And he has a little look, absolutely perfect. He can see the ball, but he can see the man. And then he switches off at the vital moment, allows him to get inside and have that. And this is not me having a dig at him, because I've been in that situation where you switch off. And the way Man City play, they go really high. But in that midfield area, especially with young players at the back, you need that protection. So if you're in that middle, you've got to stop it at
Well, that was the point I was going to make on Rico Lewis. That it's his first start since August, Micah. It's not his fault that it's not just him that hasn't played for a while, but also the rest of that back four as well.
Yeah, I mean, Lane, I thought he was very good in the first half, and he gets subbed in the second half. But when you're analysing and you're looking at Man United, they was going to have a big performance. Carrick, the energy was going to be there. We knew that. But you're thinking tactically, how are Man United going to open up City? It's always going to be on transition. So you have to think of worst case, what can happen? As Shirky puts in that ball there, you're thinking, Rico Lewis, I cannot affect it going forward in terms of in the area. So now you've got to think, worst case, what can possibly happen? And being there, Shirky as well, Porterson, he can run back, but Semenyo on the other side gets back behind Rico Lewis.
You can stop it at source, though. If Cherky makes a professional foul, we're not talking about a counter-attack. That's in those moments there when you have a player who goes, all right, I'm going to make a foul. Just stop take the yellow and move on. But I think the touch of Mbeumo allows the counter-attack. They've not got the run.
We're going to head off, Mike.
Yes, he will remember his 8th Manchester United goal in the derby at the Stretford end, making those fans extremely happy. And he's just made a good point there, Peter. 3 days, I think it was 2.5 sessions on the grass they've had, Michael Carrick and his new team. So to get a response and a performance like that in that short space of time.
What they've done has been absolutely fantastic. And I think more than anything, they've been talking to them. They made them understand what Manchester United is supposed to be. And then he's given them the freedom to go and do that. So there was no, as soon as they won the ball, it didn't matter where the ball was won, there was no restraint. Go forward. And we saw that in the first goal. You had, it's a free kick that Harry defends, heads it out, and all of a sudden they're 4 against 2. That's not something I've seen for a very, very long time in Manchester United. But that is what Manchester United historically always has been able to do. As soon as the ball is won, you go forward, and you don't think about what's going to happen behind you. That, I think, is something they've been talking to them about a lot, that when you get that opportunity. And it was fantastic. I mean, I can't praise Michael Carrigan and his staff enough for what they've done in such a short space of time, because it was not easy. And again, I go back to the 2 games where Fletcher was in charge. There was no difference. You couldn't see a difference with the same players. Today, it was 2 different worlds. It's just, if they can keep this up, I'm just looking at the fixtures left, The Champions League is
one game and you dream it. One thing Michael did say was, I've told the players to enjoy it. We're playing for Manchester United, you're playing at Old Trafford here. And you saw a smile on not just the players, but the supporters' face again today, Michael.
Yeah, but you can't. Enjoyment is a byproduct. You don't go onto the pitch thinking, I'm going to love this today. Winning, you only enjoy it if you're winning, if you're scoring goals, if you're breaking fast. I mean, the pace in that Manchester United team now, they've got. Peter said about direct, they were looking forward, but you can do that when you've got pace up front. And everywhere you look, there was players wanting to run forward. And then you get 1 or 2 players on the ball. You get Bruno on the ball, you get Kobe Mainoo on the ball. Casemiro was brilliant today. And all of a sudden it looks like a team when you've got those players willing to run forward. So yes, enjoyment, and everybody loves playing football. I mean, it's the greatest game in the world. But I tell you what, it's the worst game in the world when you're playing rubbish as well, and you can't enjoy it then. And these Manchester United players have probably hated football, hated the game for a long, long time. So yes, enjoyment is really important, but I don't think that you can go onto a pitch and say, we're just going to enjoy it today. Enjoyment comes with playing well and winning, and they will more than enjoy it tonight.
And City didn't enjoy it. And some of those points Michael's making about the way United set up with that pace, and did it catch them out a little bit?
Potentially. Well, I'm going to say obviously, because it worked and they lost 2-0. But in regards to the way City are susceptible to chances and goals being scored against them, that it was perfect for them. They like to press high. They like to keep every player up high to sustain attacks. But then when you find yourself defending, it's either an offside or 1-on-1. And you can't get that right every time. Can any of us think of a moment in the game where someone was jockeying a United forward and there was delay in the attack? It was either he's offside or he's in on goal, and you can't defend like that. You're not able to give yourself a breather, to be honest. It's hard to kind of get in momentum in the game, because even if it's offside, it still lifts the crowd and it still gives momentum to the attacking team. So they probably need to learn to defend a little bit deeper and suffer and be comfortable in making it harder to beat, rather than when someone wins the ball, within 3 passes, they can be in front of your goal. And again, the first goal, that can't happen. They can't have an attack. And if I just think about where Cherki took the free kick from and the distance, Mbeumo's 10 yards ahead of him. By the time he scored the goal, I think Cherki's 40 yards behind him. Like, that can't be, especially in a derby, that can't be the outcome to any goal.
Let's have a look at it then, what Joleon's talking about. Because, as you say, Harry Maguire being classed just prior to this, hadn't he?
Yeah, he's down injured. As you see when he lands here, oh my God. But he's the one winning the ball. And that's Harry was amazing today. He was a reason for the clean sheet. But this is fantastic by Bruno. He runs and runs and runs. And you ask the questions of the 2 defenders. What are they going to do? Are they going to stop and attack him? Or are they going to go with Mbeumo or with Ahmad on the right? This is a perfect counter.
You like Mbeumo's run here, Michael?
I do, because if he stays on the same line, him and Ahmad are chasing the same ball, all of a sudden he makes that dart towards the left, which then gives 2 options. Kusanov, I don't know. In fact, the 2 centre halves for Manchester City are way too narrow. I'm sure Jolien will go on to that. But the pace of the pass from Bruno, the way he just let it come. See, there's the dart. That then is the catalyst. That's then the game changer of that attack. And all of a sudden, he doesn't even have to take a touch. The ball is played perfectly. How else would Bruno present a ball? He doesn't know how to give a bad pass. And then it's just a one-touch strike right across the defender. But that change of direction of the run on the halfway line changed that from a promising attack to a goal-scoring attack.
And from a defender's point of view?
Yeah, definitely. He creates a space, but then cristiano allows that space to get bigger. I think he needs to match Mbeumo's run and force the pass out to the other side, because as soon as he creates that space, like Mo said, Fernandes isn't going to misplace that, and as soon as he gets there, the gap's bigger. Now no one can recover. So if he matches the run of Mbeumo, joins the line, as soon as he goes wide, you go wide. So now you're forcing Bruno into having a shot or passing it out to the stronger position for you defensively, and he doesn't do that.
It's interesting how different we see that, because I actually think Kusanov's doing well. As a goalkeeper there, I don't want Bruno to take the ball and come directly at me, because that gives me no chance. I want him to pass it to Mbeumo. I want to have that angle where I can close it down a little bit. That will give me the best chance. The thing about it is, if he's doing what you say he's doing, then it opens up that gap. That Bruno can just run straight to the goal, and if he gets if the other defender comes across, he just rolls it out to Ahmad, then he's free. And that's why I think this attack was absolutely inch perfect. I don't think they could have done much.
But with that, what you're saying, that them the second and third scenario of him letting Bruno take a shot or going out wide, it's delaying the attack.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't allow for that attack to be delayed, so no one can get back.
It's so strange how different positions. Yeah. Like I agree with Joe that there's three scenarios. One is to pass it to the left, one's to pass it to the right, and one is to shoot from the middle. Yeah. Now, if I'm attacking, I'm thinking the Mbeumo one, I know the outcome was the goal, so it's easy to say now, but I'm thinking that is the most dangerous one. Prevent that. If anything, I'm jockeying, I'm staying wider and think, go on then, this is a bad situation, it's 3v2. But the worst, let's just let Bruno have a shot from 22 yards, 20, let him take another touch here. Let's split a bit, let him take another touch and have a shot. That is the lesser of the evils in my eyes. Then going to Ahmad is the next, but that one there, that is the last one you allowed.
Still goalless, but as Peter was saying, very watchable first 45 minutes of the Manchester derby. But what a chance, Roy, for Harry Maguire to lift the roof off early.
We spoke about Harry's defending, but in terms of being a threat at set pieces, we watch him all the way here. Good movement, muscles away in there, and then he's literally a yard out. And he would feel, of course, he's got to score. When you're that near the goal, what a start that would have been. Very aggressive.
How does he actually miss?
I'm not sure. He's almost too easy for him when he gets to it. He's concentrated that much on getting contact with it, but he just got to get a bit lower. What a start that would have been for United. But really good game. It's like a cup tie. Excellent.
He made it at that highest point. You're thinking, can he just get it down just a bit? But he's directed it straight forward.
Has this been the best of Manchester United, Daniel? When actually City have been in possession, they've nicked the ball and then looked to break quickly.
They've been very compact. They've set up fantastic. This pass from Bruno Fernandes, by the way, first time on the move. Wow. And the touch was brilliant from Dorgu. They've been a threat all game going forward, and this one here, mate.
Yeah, just Rodri, a bit sloppy, pass back there. You think maybe Mbeumo could react a little bit earlier, maybe wants the pass maybe a bit firmer, but it was good covering from cristiano in that situation there.
But maybe there is an argument that Manchester United should have been down to 10 with 10 minutes on the clock. Dalot on Doku. Right in front of us here, Micah, and Mike Dean, incidentally working for Soccer Saturday, says it's 100% a red card from what he's seen. A VAR saying it lacked the intensity and force to overturn the on-field decision, which was a yellow card.
He's on top of his knee. That's a clear as red card as you're going to see. I mean, what more do you want for a red card?
Well, they say it's a glancing blow rather than having the intensity and force.
That's not a glancing blow.
It's not
to take a knee in a boxing match. That's you taking a knee there. You've got a good punch to the jaw. That right there is not. It looks like a red. If I'm Doku, I'm staying down. I'm staying down. If he stays down longer,
he helps him definitely.
Yeah, he gets up quick. He wants it. That's not.
I'd agree. I think
that's a red.
It's a red card.
Do you think the fact that it's come so early in the game has perhaps helped him?
Well, maybe, but then obviously they've had a look at it. Do you know what I mean? You have an opportunity. Again, we always argue about, it doesn't matter what minute it is it too early to score a goal, a bad tackle like that? Listen, I've been down this road before and I've given out some heavy tackles and been on the receiving end of a few. To me, I'm no expert on red cards, but I think it's a red.
Welcome back. So no goals in the 198th Manchester derby, but Much to talk about. Now, Michael Carrick in charge. Almost a dream start. 2 minutes, 49 seconds in. He's recalled Harry Maguire today. Should this have been 1-0?
I can't believe, of all players on the pitch, that he missed that one. Again, it's been an absolutely fantastic, well-played first half with a lot of intent, intent to score
So
goals.
the answer to my question is what? Yes?
I think he should have scored there.
Thank you.
He's going to be disappointed with that, but what a great start. And this man here, we talked about it pre-match, how he set his players up. This is what we're looking for. Do they show what we want as fans, what we want to see? They've been terrific in the first half.
Now, big talking point, yellow card for Diego Dallo for this challenge on Jeremy Doku. Bit of disagreement here. Jolyon, you go first.
I think it's a red card. Initially, I didn't, to be honest. I think this angle here, Mo doesn't agree, but the action and the straight leg, that to me, and it's higher than the actual ball itself, so he can't just be attempting to play the ball if he's higher than the ball. So yeah, it's a strange one.
Okay, let me just tell you, Craig Pawson's in VAR for this game. He had a look. This is the match centre explanation. The referee's called a yellow card to Dallo for a reckless challenge, was checked and confirmed by VAR with the contact deemed to be glancing and not with excessive force.
I agree with that. Listen, it's high, and it's one of those, if you pause it, if you slow it down and do all these things to make any tackle look worse, then I think, it would appear to be red. But I agree with that. I think it's more glancing. He flicks the ball, and he if there was massive force and massive weight with a straight leg, and it endangers the player, but I think at worst he gets a little cut. I think it is a glancing blow. I totally agree with that statement. These two guys disagree with me.
No, it's glancing contact, but if he I don't think he's intentionally not had more contact on him. I think it's just the position of Doku. I think if he's a bit closer, the force is there, and I don't think that's by design by Dallo. I just think the distance between them. So in regards to the glancing aspect and the contact, 100% agree with that, but that's too high and his leg is way too straight. From someone
it has to be straight if you're stretching for the ball.
It's
not straight and like really trying to break his leg. He's trying to hit the ball and flicks the ball and flicks the...
But the action to flick would be more that rather than straight and then press.
He clips the ball and he brings his foot down virtually straight away. It's not a big follow through to break somebody's leg. I think it's a total attempt to play the ball.
Okay, and we're running out of time, so we have to look at some other things. We talked about Bruno Fernandes's position under Michael Carrick, who you basically explained that when he was in the studio. What kind of difference has he made?
Do you know what? I think Manchester United have been absolutely brilliant in this first half. I think it's been a very, very good game. Manchester City a little bit shaky at the back, but they've looked dangerous as well. And Mbeumo could potentially take that, but it's a great touch and effort. But I just think that Fernandes in this position, he's so much more effective. He's going to be a great player no matter where he plays on the pitch, and that's the point. But in this position, he's at the centre of everything. He's getting the ball in dangerous areas. We all know about his chance creation. He's mistimed it slightly. Can he run across the face and stay onside? Can he time his run better? We're talking only, a foot offside. And Manchester United have scored 2 of those goals that have been dragged back for offside. But I think he's been pivotal to everything. I think Manchester United have been absolutely brilliant, look really dangerous. And Michael Carrick will be thrilled with that first half performance. There'll be a positive team talk at half time, and they just need to keep that going.
He did have one nervous moment. Max Elaine, what a moment this almost was on his derby debut for the 20-year-old.
Yeah, this would have been sensational. Not being that strong defensively, City, but the opportunity to score a goal from a set piece is always there. Well worked, free header for Ake, and maybe can Haaland get a touch, but again, that would have been against the winner play. Like Mo said, Man United have been exceptional this half, and probably feel disheartened that they haven't gone with a lead.
Lammers did well though, didn't he?
No, I think he's done well all season. He's been a fantastic signing. It's something they've got right at Manchester United. What's interesting is that Man City had 72% of the ball,
but that's their only effort on target.
That's their only effort at target, but it shows how Manchester United are playing, and I like this. For 32%, when they get the ball, they attack and they try to get an end product in quickly, and that is something we haven't seen for a very, very long time. And I really have enjoyed these 45 minutes, and I hope, because we've seen good periods in the last couple of months with Man United in certain spells, especially in first halves. I hope they can continue this, and that's a big test now.
It certainly is.
And that wraps up today's match. Manchester United showed control, intensity, and confidence from start to finish, securing a solid 2-0 win with a very convincing performance. The team dominated key moments, created chances, and proved their quality on the pitch. It was a game that excited the fans and sent a strong message this season. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.